Welcome to the awesome. I'm Big Roy, and this is Chasing Ultron. So my buddy Chewerger84 got his Ultron. It's time to get mine. I have assembled my team. First one, Big Daddy Fury, of course. Minerva is my second. She is the key to making your Fear the Darkness run go quickly. If you do not have her, it's going to take you a very long time, and you'll see why, especially if you look at Chewerger's videos about it. Shield Security is my third. Star-Lord is my fourth. So the first four, probably some of the most perfect ones you could bring in. Then for the fifth, I was waiting forever to get the last palladium I needed. It took me days. I was doing 2 refreshes every reset, and I wasn't getting it. And then yesterday I did my 250 resets, didn't get it. I was mad. Logged off the game, came back later. Farmed my Green Goblin, got 6 drops from him out of the 5 tries. So like, you know what, I got a good feeling. I'm going to do the 100 core refresh. Got the palladium I needed, and I am finally in. I've had an amazing run on Adamantium too. I was like at 3 or something last week. Now I'm at 12. So I'll be ready to tier 13 Ultron as soon as I get him, as long as I can get the rest of his equipment, which there's tons of tech gear. So I'm farming that as I go. But yeah, it was driving me crazy trying to get this very last piece. And there it is, Daredevil. I did have one other choice, but I'll tell you why I did Daredevil and not RACCOON, who's my other choice. But first we'll look at the team. Big Daddy Fury, completely maxed on everything. 7 red stars, 7 yellow. All his abilities maxed. I just had to completely max him out, so I can be done with him forever. Star-Lord, 5 red stars, orange mats on his ultimate. Daredevil, 5 red stars also, orange mats in his basic. That was mostly for arena, but it's coming in handy already in Fear the Darkness. Shield Security, only 2 red stars. I wish I had more, make him more survivable. Orange mats in his special. And then finally, someone I really wish I had red stars for is Minerva. She has 0 red stars, 5 yellow. No orange mats on her, they're not really worth it. But yeah, so she's pretty squishy, but she's been holding up so far. Just gotta protect her as much as I can. Now the other option was RACCOON. For several reasons I didn't pick him. I picked Daredevil instead. He's only 2 red stars, so he's going to be squishier. And I have orange mats in his ultimate. I probably would have put more in him. But he's too squished. 73,000 health, 3,600 armor. I've already seen that running the first 2 nodes, Daredevil almost died, and he has a lot more health and armor. So RACCOON would have been dying non-stop. And plus, Star-Lord's, I want all his Guardian-only energy from his passive going to him, so he can keep blinding, so he can keep feeding energy to Minerva. So that's another reason. Now, Daredevil, other reasons I picked him, 100k health, 5,300 armor. He has very nice damage, 12,800. He also has a little 5% dodge chance, so a little bit helps. And then also his accuracy, so he's immune to blind. Very first node, you got Mordo, so he's immune to his blind, so that already paid off for that. So it's going well so far. Only big issue with the team is there's no dispel whatsoever, so I can't dispel any positive effects on them, nor can I dispel any negative effects on my team, so that's going to make it a little rough. JJ would have been a nice choice for 5, but I don't have the mats for her. So maybe I can bring her in later on if I hit a brick wall. Other options, I just got enough Vibranium for QUAKE and my Orange Elite Orbs from us 100%ing the Gamma Raid. But now I don't have enough of the other mats for her. But she'll be a good sub in once I get the mats for her, because she's got the slow. She can dispel, then she has the AoE damage with a 5 offense down, so that will help with survivability. And Chewerger84 used her very well in his run. He has tons of video on Fear the Darkness in the later nodes to the end, so you can see her in action on there. So she might be an option, but once again, I'm going to need more of the catalyst, like the resistance catalyst, stuff like that. Or I think it's the red catalyst, whatever. I think Captain America would be another option, because he could feed energy, defense up to everyone. But he's a little squish for a tank. 92,000 health, 6,700 armor. So I don't know. I'd probably just go with Quake with a Vibranium, just because I've got the defense up from Fury, and then security's tanking. Spider-Man is another option. I just need more of those resistance catalysts. I do have the unique pieces. But then again, he is also very squish. 83,000 health, only 892 armor. He does have the dodge, but I don't know. I don't even know if I'll even take him up. Alright, so this is node 1. And I'm only one enemy down in them, and it glitched out. I had already lost my security. I was going to res him, but it already glitched out. So I started recording. I don't want to record the whole fight, because with everything going on the screen, it slows down, and then it might even crash the game, and I don't want to lose the 10, 15, 20 minutes of progress in the fight. I did get it down, though, after I tried again in one shot, one attack, 12.16 million damage. So the team worked very well. It's a little dicey in the beginning, but you can get control pretty quickly, and Minerva is amazing. Really super strong. If you don't have her, you're going to have a much harder time, because all the heal block from Mordo and Korath means the other healers aren't going to do as well for you. They're just not going to get anything done. You have to keep getting rid of those heal blocks, but then they just apply them with the multiple Mordos and Koraths going off. So really, Minerva is your best option. Maybe Mantis if you can't get Minerva for some reason, because she can go around heal block. But you really want Minerva if you want to get through it in any good amount of time. You're just going to have to go for Minerva. I mean, she's only 5 yellow for me, no red stars, and she's holding up so far, so you don't need her to be super decked out to still contribute. So yeah, first node down, very good. Got it down in one shot. Star-Lord was also fantastic on this with feeding all the energy to Minerva every chance he got. I put him on the end, Minerva behind him, so she gets all his energy. Actually, I did mess up. That made it harder. I lost my shield security, and then I summoned minions with Fury, and they came down where security was, so then when I res security, he popped up next to Star-Lord, so then he was getting some of the energy feed from him. So that made it harder. It would have been quicker and smoother if that didn't happen, but I still got it down. But yeah, Star-Lord's amazing. You want to blind every single time it's up, even if you have his ultimate, because it's going to cut down on damage, and also, more importantly, feed the energy to Minerva so she can ult as much as possible, because she's knocking 15% health off of everything, and then filling all your guys back up to full. It's also a strategy I used in the Ability Mat Challenge for Tier 10, so you can check that video out if you haven't, where he was feeding to Quake nonstop, and she got off like 3 or 4 Earthquakes, and that's how I got that down. So same thing, you just want to feed energy constantly to her, and you can chip down and keep everyone alive. There were a few moments where everyone was close to death, and then she does her ultimate, fills everyone right back up. So she's definitely the MVP already. Quick kill order notes. Strange is your top priority. You don't want him rezzing. And Scarlet Witch, because she equalizes all the health, so you want to kill them as quickly as possible, at least for me, if you have the burst. Alright, so I am on the board, Mr. 250, with my first completion. 6% of the way, 13 to go, 1 down. So I'm hoping to get this down in the next week. Alright, so node 2, this is going to show you how quickly you can go south. I go in for a few fights and get a feel for the node before I do my real battle, just to figure out targets. Now Black Panther starts at half health, so you want to be careful, because he's going to ult first turn and you don't want him hitting everyone. But this footage is just going to show you how quickly they can burst you down. So you'll have to play around with the RNG, and you can easily quit match and then start over again, because you don't want to be done for the day, because you have no depth. You only have 5 guys, maybe 6. So security goes down. And then Minerva goes down immediately, so that's a loss. That's a wipe. You just quit right out. Alright, so then I got all the way through it in my next attempt. Took 20-25 minutes, killed the very last enemy, and it glitched out again. FoxNext, fix your game. It's buggy garbage. Best thing I can figure out is the last enemy died from Minerva's bleed from her basic. That's the only thing I can think of. I just started recording after it. I was very angry. So I was saying some not nice things about FoxNext. I try everything, as you can see in here. Auto doesn't work. Changing speed, changing camera. Can't even quit battle. It just doesn't even work. So I was very angry after putting all that time in. So that's something you need to be very careful about. Do not let the last enemy die from a bleed, or you just wasted 20-25 minutes on that node. So I have to end up doing it all over again after I cool down. But yeah, then look how weird this is. You got Hawkeye, Wolverine, Captain America, Medic, and Iron Man as the enemies. That's not the enemies on the node. And every time I go out and back in, the number of them goes up by 1, 3, 4, 5. So I don't know what they coded on this one. It's insane. I don't know what they're doing. FoxNext, you need to have a talk with your programmers, your bug fixers, because they're not getting the job done. So yeah, I just try everything. I can't think of anything else I could have tried. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I even tried doing that and going back in. Just nothing. So if there's something, if you've had something that happened like that, let me know in the comments, and if you found a way to fix it. As you see, the number of them just keeps going up. We're up to 6 of them now, but they're invisible. So yeah, huge bleed. Funny story, I went through it again. And I was on the last enemy again. He was almost dead. Minerva assisted, put a bleed on him. I freaked out because I thought it was going to happen again. But thankfully, I got it down. But yeah, very, very annoying to get all the way through that fight and then have that happen. So learn from my mistake when you go into Fear the Darkness. Do not let them die from a bleed. Just ridiculous. But I did get it down on the next try after I calmed down. Did 8.31 million damage in one attack, which is weird because I look at the leaderboards and they did 8.44. So I don't know, maybe they changed the node after those guys did it, which is kind of weird. I don't know what went on with that, but I'll take it. We're done with node 2, and I will end the video here. More videos on the way chronicling my journey to get Ultron. Until next time, stay tuned and stay awesome.